evening, hello and welcome to the Targetsounds show. Some crackers lined up for you tonight. And we're going to be going on a metaphorical radio road trip. Welcome to Thursday evening and my edition of the Targetsounds Radio Road Trip show, where I'll be scouring the globe, going to different cultures, different cities, different places where bands are from, originated from, and have their roots. Coming up on tonight's show, we have music from David Bowie, Fontaines DC, Depeche Mode, Arctic Monkeys, Girl Ray, The White Stripes, Warpaint, Talking Heads, of course my weekly Smiths track as well. We've also got the Raincoats, amongst many others to be getting on with. I do hope that you can stay tuned and enjoy the sounds. Thank you very much for joining. Great to have your company. Lovely to have you listening in live this week. Hello to Wolverhampton. Thank you very much for listening in. And we started our trip off in New York City with The Strokes and New York City Cops from their fantastic debut, Is This It? And up next is Brixton's favourite son, David Bowie, with Aladdin Sane.
We'll
was David Bowie with Aladdin Sane, and we find ourselves in Brixton in South London, and we are now going to go over to Northern Ireland, to Dublin. This is Fontaines DC with Liberty Bell.
You know I love that violence that you get around here, that kind of ready, steady violence. That violent, how do you do? And the lie when a steady wife sleep in a phone booth. He's just very, very tired of having that same old boring conversation. Just like me, just like you, man is on a nod, yeah, what you gonna do about it? You know I love that violence that you get around here, that kind of ready, steady violence. That violent, how do you do? The lie when a steady wife sleep in a phone booth. He's just very, very tired of having that same old boring conversation. Just like me, just like you, man is on a notch, yeah, what you gonna do about it? Is it easy? Just to try it. Is it the same old lie? Well, is it liberating? Just to be so fine happens all the time. You know I love that violence that you gather when the car wind blows down. Use of the marriage of the social oats money to another one's land. And I but one we refuse to stand, yeah. He's just very ridicule and it's coming from the back row, side row, never even tried row. Nice man if you knew him well. I heard he owned a place called the Liberty Bell, yeah. Well, is it easy? I think I'll try it. 'Cause it's the same old lie. I find it liberating just to be so fine happens all the time. Well, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Liberty Bell from Fontaines DC, and that is where we are at the moment in Dublin in Northern Ireland. Thanks for joining. Great to have your company. This is my weekly live radio show where I'm playing out music that I've handpicked through the week, put together in a radio set playlist, and explore a lot of fantastic, great new music that is all handpicked. Now we are going over to, of all places, Basildon in Essex for the very wonderful Depeche Mode, and this is Blue Dress.
When you learn, you'll makes the world turn.
just heard the Arctic Monkeys with Science Fiction from their last long player, Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino, which has really split a lot of fans because it's essentially a kind of otherworldly concept album. I mean, I personally think it's absolutely fantastic. I think that whole record is absolutely amazing. So, prior to that, we heard from Depeche Mode with Blue Dress, and we found ourselves in Basildon in Essex, and then we went up with the Arctic Monkeys to Sheffield, and Sheffield's responsible for so much great music from the likes of Pulp, Richard Hawley, Human League. I mean, the list is endless. There's so much good stuff up there. And also now we are coming down to North London, and this is Girl Ray with Gimme Your Love.
Reaching for a dream, maybe your love can set me free. Talking through some things, turn on the TV, baby, what's up? Searching for your hands, walking in the sand. Heat is in the air, and the sun is going down. I need your touch, your touch, your touch. I know that it's right, but it still hurts. Every single time I make it worse. Give me your love. Keep me in your sights, I'll keep you first. Tell you every night how much you're worth. Give me your love. Thinking of the scene, places we have been, hazy little dreams in the sparkle of the sea. Beautiful girl, beautiful girl, beautiful girl, beautiful girl. Diving in the deep, blue and black and green, swallowing my breath. Clouds are rolling in, sucking my breath, sucking my breath, sucking my breath. I know that it's right, but it still hurts. Every single time I make it worse. Give me your love. Keep me in your sights, I'll keep you first. Tell you every night how much you're worth. Give me your love. I know that it's right, but it still hurts. Every single time I make it worse. Give me your love. Give me your love, love, 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 love. Give me your love.
just heard Girl Ray with Give Me Your Love, and thank you very much for listening in and joining the, the Targetsounds Live Radio Show. This is a weekly occurrence from 8 till 10, and I ease you, excuse me, from Thursday evening into Thursday night. And when I put this together, regular listeners to the show will know that I don't really play a lot of actual just pure pop music, but I couldn't resist putting this in because it does kind of take you back. This is All Saints with Pure Shores.
Places to find a piece of something to call mine. A piece of something to call mine. Coming closer to you. Ran along many moors, walked through many doors. The place where I wanna be is the place I can call mine. Is the place I can call mine. I'm moving, I'm coming, can you hear what I hear? It's calling you, my dear, out of reach. Taking to my feet, I can hear it calling you. I'm coming out, drowning, swimming closer to you. Never been here before. I'm intrigued, I'm unsure. I'm searching for more. I've got something that's all mine. I've got something that's all mine. Take me somewhere I can breathe. I've got so much to see. This is where I wanna be. In a place I can call mine. In a place I can call mine. I'm moving, I'm coming, can you hear what I hear? It's calling you, my dear, out of reach. Taking to my feet, I can hear it calling you. I'm coming out, drowning, swimming closer to you. Moving, coming. Can you hear what I hear? Hear it in the breeze. I hear it calling you, swimming closer to you. Many faces I have seen, many places I have been. Walked the deserts, swam the shore. Coming closer to you. Many faces I have known, many ways in which I've grown. Moving closer on my own. Coming closer to you. I'm moving, I'm feeling it. I'm coming, I'm drowning. I'm moving, I'm feeling it. I'm coming, I'm drowning.
was All Saints with Pure Shores, and it was kind of quite nice to hear that again, actually. Not something that I generally go to, as regular listeners to my show will know. That isn't particularly a genre that I, kind of approach. But I think in terms of just sort of like nice pure pop music, that is a great choice and something that kind of is nice to go back to. It's a nice song, that. Now we're going to play enough of the pop music. We're going to have some proper full out guitars now, and we're heading over to Detroit. This is the White Stripes with Denial Twist.
If you think that a kiss is on the lips, come on, you got it all wrong, man. And if you think that our dance was all in the hips, oh well, then do the twist. If you think holding hands is all in the fingers, grab hold of the soul where the memory lingers, and make sure to never do it with a singer, cause it'll tell everyone in the world what he was thinking about the girl. Yeah, what he's thinking about the girl. Oh, a lot of people get confused and they're bruised real easy when it comes to love. They start putting on the shoes and walking out and singing, boy, I think I had enough. Just because she makes me feel wrong, but she don't mean to be mean or hurt you on purpose, boy. Take a tip and do yourself a little service. Take a mountain, turn it into a mole, just by playing a different role. Yeah, by playing a different role. Oh, the ball, yeah, you know she's rocking it. And the truth, well, you know there's no stopping it. Yeah. Oh, the ball, yeah, you know she's still rocking it. And the truth, well, you know there's no stopping it. So what? Somebody left you in a rut and wants to be the one who's in control. But the feeling that you're under can really make you wonder how the hell she could be so cold. So now you're left denying the truth, and it's hidden in the wisdom in the back of your tooth. You need to spit it out in a telephone booth while you call everyone that you know and ask her, where do you think she goes? Oh yeah, where do you suppose she goes? Oh, the truth where you know there's no stopping it, and the ball there you know she's still rocking it. Yeah. The ball where you know it's still rocking it, and the truth there you know there's no stopping it. You recognize the effect and the effect that it's causing when she rocks the boat. But it's the cause hitting on the cardinal laws, but the proper place to hang her cold. So to you, the truth is still hidden, and the soul plays the role of a lost little kitten. But you should know that the doctors weren't kidding. She'd been singing it all along, but you were hearing a different song. Yeah, you were hearing a different song, but you were hearing a different song.
It's poison.
You've just heard Warpaint, who take us over to Los Angeles in California, and prior to that we heard the White Stripes, and they were a band that were from Detroit, Michigan, and I've seen the White Stripes a few times, and every time I see them I cannot describe how two people make such an amazing racket. It is just such a brilliant thing to see. And obviously Jack White is an absolute legend. He heads up Third Man Records, and they're a band that they've been in many different guises. There's all sorts of the Dead Weather that he's collaborated with. He's done a lot of collaborative work with a lot of other people. So now we are going up to Scotland, and this is Talking Heads, and This Must Be the Place.
Love me too.
Well, you've just heard Talking Heads, and this must be the place. It's great to have your company. Thanks very much for joining. And yeah, I'll be posting my playlist to my Twitter account, where you can like, share, and play that. And please do spread the word if you're liking what you're hearing and you enjoy the music I'm putting together, and you want to join the show each week or whenever you can, or you can listen back. I believe I have everything configured to be going out in, I think, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Haps. So you should be able to find me on all those platforms and just search up at Target Sounds, also on SoundCloud as well, as if that's not enough places. Right, let's go to my weekly Smiths track. We're keeping it up north, heading to Manchester. This is the very wonderful Smiths, and Is It Really So Strange?
I left the north, I traveled south. I found a tiny house and I can't help the way I feel. Oh yes, you can kick me, and you can punch me, and you can break my face, but you won't change the way I feel. 'Cause I love you. And is it really so strange? Oh, is it really so strange? Oh, is it really so strange? I say no, you say yes, and you will change your mind. I left the south, I traveled north. I got confused, I killed a horse, I can't help the way I feel. Oh yes, you can punch me, and you can book me, and you can break my spine, but you won't change the way I feel. 'Cause I love you. And is it really so strange? Oh, is it really so strange? Oh, is it really so strange? I say no, you say yes, but you will change your mind. I left the north again, I traveled south again, and I got confused, I killed him, and I can't help the way I feel. I can't help the way I feel. I can't help the way I feel. I lost my bag in Newport packing now. Why is the last mile the hardest mile? My throat was dry with the sun in my eyes, and I realized I could never go back home again.
I'll show you in spring, it's a treacherous thing we miss.
Great track. That is The Cure with Love Cats, which finds us in Crawley in West Sussex. And prior to that, we heard the Smiths with Is It Really So Strange? And obviously the Smiths took us up to Manchester, a place where I've spent some misspent evenings, shall we say, and in a great way. It's a fantastic place, very vibrant, full of great live bands, great music, and absolute characters and great people. So now we are going to play the. I thought I've just dropped this in, so we're going to go with this. This is Keeping It Up North. This is going over to Liverpool. This is Echo and the Bunnymen with The Cutter.
Spare us the cutter.
recoil when the skin is lost? Am I the worthy cross? Will I still be soiled when the dirt is off?
The Cutter, and there we are in Liverpool, which obviously has produced some great bands. Thinking back to a time when Echo and the Bunnymen were around everywhere, and I seem to remember Pete Burns being amongst all that from Dead or Alive, and so many other great bands coming from there. So now we are coming down to London, to North London, and this is the Raincoats cover of the Kinks with Lola.
I met her in a club down in Old Soho where they drink champagne and it tastes just like cherry cola. C-O-L-A cola. She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her her name and in a dark brown voice she said Lola. L-O-L-A Lola. La 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 Lola. I'm not the world's most physical guy, but when she squeezed me tight, she almost broke my spine. Oh my Lola. La 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 Lola. I'm not dumb, but I can't understand why she walks like a woman and talks like a man. Oh my Lola. La 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 Lola. La 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 Lola. Well, we drank champagne and danced all night under electric candlelight. She picked me up and set me on her knee and said, "Little boy, won't you come on with me?" One of the world's most passionate guy, but when I looked in her eyes, well, I almost fell for my Lola. La 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 Lola. La 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 Lola. Lola. La 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 Lola. La 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 Lola. I pushed her away. I walked to the door. I fell to the floor. I went down on my knees and I looked at her and she at me. That's the way that I wanted to stay, and I always wanted to be that way for my Lola. La 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 Lola. Girls will be boys and boys will be girls. It's a mixed up mother love shook up world. It's a Lola. La 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 Lola. La 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 Lola.
That's the Raincoats with Lola, and that takes us up to the news at 9:01.
Joe Biden says he's had a good first day in the UK, meeting with Boris Johnson, and affirmed the special relationship between America and Britain. The US president says they discussed cybersecurity, climate change, and global health, but did not mention his concerns about the stability of Northern Ireland. Instead, he spoke about how both countries plan to donate millions of doses of COVID-19 vaccines to lower-income nations.
We talked about how our two nations can together lead the global fight against COVID-19. That's been a major focus of the G7 under British leadership, particularly in focusing and coordinating our resources to help vaccinate the world.
An inquest jury has decided the London Bridge terrorist Usman Khan was lawfully killed by armed police. He killed 2 staff at a prisoner rehabilitation event in November 2019. A man's been arrested in Italy in connection with the deaths of 39 Vietnamese migrants in a container in Essex in 2019. 27-year-old's been detained outside Milan. The Health Secretary has denied allegations he lied in government meetings, a claim made by the Prime Minister's former top aide. Matt Hancock's been speaking at a Commons committee, insisting he followed clinical guidance on care homes, which were badly hit by infections. He also says there was never a national shortage of protective equipment, but Labour MP Sarah Owen questioned him about that.
How can you say that when we saw with our own eyes nurses in bin bags instead of proper PPE?
No, PPE was a huge challenge. But when the National Audit Office looked at this in the autumn, they found while they were concerned about the low stocks of PPE, they were always able to get what they needed.
A man's been sentenced to 18 months, 14 of them suspended after slapping the French president. Emmanuel Macron was attacked on Tuesday in the southeast of the country. And England's cricketers ended the first day of the deciding test against New Zealand on 258 for 7. Dan Lawrence is not out on 67, while Rory Burns scored 81 before being caught. That's the latest. I'm Laura Safe.
Me and my baby, we were in the field where that fame left mobile dead. Me and my baby went to get some ice. Got back down, we done it. Chuck 'em down tight. All I crave, taking them on down. Know that I'm somewhere, taking them on down. Yeah. 'em on down. Taking 'em on down. Taking 'em on down. Taking 'em on down. Take 'em on down.
We've just heard R.L. Burnside, a little known blues singer-songwriter, and prior to that, on the other side of the news, we heard the Raincoats, and they were a British, like I say, North London band. They formed in Hornsey at the College of Art in 1977, and they were a kind of experimental post-punk band that, I think that version of Lola really stands out well. I think that's a great version. And then prior to that, so we've just heard R.L. Burnside with Don't Stop Honey. Now here's a little known blues singer-songwriter, well worth exploring some more. So now we're going to calm things down a little bit. Here's some Neil Young with Harvest Moon.
Just like children sleeping, we could dream this night away. But there's a full moon rising, let's go dancing in the light. The music's playing, let's go out and feel the night. Because I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you.
Yeah, well, that was Neil Young from the Unplugged MTV Unplugged sessions. That was Harvest Moon. And prior to that, we heard R.L. Burnside with Don't Stop Honey, which is another great track. Now we are going to have a more upbeat tip now. And we move things over to Amityville, New York. This is from, Long Island, New York. This is the very brilliant De La Soul from the album 3 Feet High and Rising. This is I Know.
Greetings, girl, and welcome to my world of phrasing right up to bat. It's the daisy age and you're about to walk top stage, so wipe your lottos on the mat. Hip-hop love this is, and don't mind when I quiz your involvements before the sun. But clear your court, cause this a one-man sport, and who's better for this than plugged one? Don't have to worry about me squashing other deals, cause they've already been squished. Freeze the frame of our moves the same, wish you can continue right behind the bush. You'll stay with me, I know this, but not because of all my earthly treasures, or regardless to the fact that I'm past the noose, but because I love you better. May I cut this dance to introduce myself as the chosen one to speak. Let me lay my hand across yours and aim a kiss upon your cheek. The name's Plug 2, and from the soul I bring you the daisy of your choice. May it be filled with a pleasure principle in circumference to my voice. About those other Jennies I reckoned with, lost them all like a homework excuse. This time the magic number is 2, cause it takes 2 not me to seduce. My destiny of love is brought to an apex. Sex is a mere molecule in this world of lust that I have for you. It's true. I know I love you better. Now it's time to let this rhyme style get somewhat poured in the mold. Hold my hand and we'll pick my plantation of daisies for a bouquet of soul. Like to begin at the cut of a rim. Take it as filled to the rim as in brim. Squeeze your stoop like Betty Boop, then make camel out for the soup and still plug ones within. Forward margin to say when transistors will play. Coming to bed is the move. Dolby sound will be then top crown when I put the needle into your groove. I got a good thing, and in full swing. I show this in gifts, words or letters, but even without those 3, I know you'd be close to me, cause I know I love you better. It's I again, and the soul that I send is taking steps to reach your heart. Any moment you feel alone, I can fill up your empty part. We can ascend till we reach daylight heaven, and in a spin we'll hit the top 10. Then we could meet Mr. Stucky and Pop's brother Lucky will preach let the wedding. Shot by an arrow of Cupid through a string of a G clef, my dear, I claim your death. And if you could hear me, by golly G, true boy is ready for what you possess. We could live in my Plug 2 home, and on Mars where we could be all alone, and we make a song for 2 picture perfect things, and I sing of how I know I love you better.
Well, you've just heard De La Soul with I Know from 3 Feet High and Rising, and that album finds us in Long Island, New York, and I think that's probably one of my favourite hip hop records. When that came out, I was like, that was my kind of route into hip hop and a kind of lighter definition of hip hop. I think it was called Daisy Age hip hop at the time. And it's it's a fantastic album, so spliced up with mixes, samples. It's fantastic. So now we are going from Long Island, New York, back to North London, and this is the Libertines with Up the Bracket.
Saw two shadow men on the violence road. Pay me for your address, oh I was so bold. I said, you see these two cold fingers, these crooked fingers I show. You way to me, no, well I didn't like that much, I can tell you. He says, sunshine, I wouldn't wanna be in your shoes. They chased me up 3 flights of stairs, going to lift outside and said hello. But you're impossible, and it's just like he's in another world. He doesn't see the danger on show. They'll wind up like Joseph, bloody in the hole. It's just like she's in another world, you know, they suit each other, no. She never gets close. On the Cali road, so now they double their offer. I was so bold to say, you see these two cold fingers I know, these crooked fingers I show. Oh, use a way to me, no, but it's just like he's in another world. He doesn't see the danger on show, and he'll end up like Joseph, bloody in the hole. Just like she's in another world, you know, they should teach other, oh no. It's not a bottle, never get close. Unstoppable. Like all in another world, how we suit each other, no. She never gets close, that's close enough.
Where would we be without the Libertines? That is from their debut long player, the Mick Jones produced Up the Bracket from the Libertines there, and I hope you're enjoying the soundtrack for your Thursday evening into Thursday night. We're now heading over back to New York. This really is fantastic. This is Blondie with Atomic.
show you how mad is my love. Come and attack me, it's not gonna hurt. Find me, deny me for fear and a close. Let's make a love and listen that from above. Let's make a love. Let's make a love and listen that from above. You knew my ideas when they were in my head. They were my secret, even in plans. Wine and bed, then more than again. Wine and bed, then more than again. Run, run, run to make a heart shake. Kiss, 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 we'll make this earthquake. I'm gonna get what I'm willing to take. This gotta worth the miles you made. Come back, I'll warm you up. Make me breakfast, don't make it up. You are so talented, I'm in love. Let's make a love and send that from above. Let's make a love. Let's make a love and listen that from above. I'm back with a smack and I'm ready to attack. Stare in my lips and see they are wet. I know how you're doing by looking your pants, and this is how we call it a comeback. And listen that from above. Screaming your name on the microphone, going back home all alone. Listen to the tunes that you send me, listen to them good company. I want to show my mad love, you have to know it's not enough. Come and complete me, stay here with me. This is all true, it's water I drink. I want you to show me how mad is your love. Come and attack me, it's not gonna hurt. Find me, deny me for fear and a girl. Let's make a love and see that from above. Let's make a love. Let's make a love and listen that from above. Let's make a love. Let's make a love and listen that from above. Let's make a love. Let's make a love and listen that from above.
You've just heard Let's Make Love. That is CSS. And yeah, thank you very much for joining. Glad you can join me on this Thursday evening as I ease you from Thursday evening into Thursday night with some great tunes that are handpicked by myself through the week. And I post my playlist to SoundCloud and my Twitter account, where you can pick that up, take it with you wherever you go. I hope you enjoy it. It's all handpicked music that is selected by myself. We are now going to start the half-hour live mix. You're going to be hearing from Jamie XX and Fortet, which we're kicking off with. Then we've got Ruth Randell, Radiohead, LCD Sound System, Simona Drive, Lorsa, and 808 State. So let's get things underway. And this is Jamie XX and Fortet. Jamie XX working with Fortet. Raf Rundell, Every Morning.
She came in without a sound. Now she's taking over as the world went spinning round. I began to love her. Now the sun shines in every morning. When I wake, pure the light that's mine every morning. Rock a baby back, twisting, bending, turning as the days go passing by. Wonderment expanding, now the sun shines in every morning. When I wake, pure delight that's mine every morning. goes round and round. The beat goes round and round. It got there. I just pretended that I wasn't blowing instruments. As I said, I shotguns. Come on and let it out. 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 Before you run away from me. Before your lies between the roads. Just as you take the night. Just as you dance, 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 dance,
That was Radiohead with Jigsaw Falling Into Place. And if you've just joined us, you're halfway, or we are halfway through the live mix. And if you have just joined us, where the hell have you been? Now we are going to be going with some LCD sound system. This is Other Voices. concludes the end of the Targetsounds live mix with me on the decks. You've heard from Jamie XX working with Fortet, Raf Rundell with Every Morning, then you heard Radiohead, Jigsaw Falling Into Place from In Rainbows, LCD Sound System with Other Voices, and Simona Drive with Angel Echoes. That was the concluding track. So thank you very much for joining. It's been fantastic to have all you lovely listeners tune in to my show each week. Please do spread the word. There will be more of this next Thursday, 8 till 10. And until then, good evening. It's been fantastic doing this, and I hope to hear and see from you next week.